a question for you. What do you live for? And now you might be thinking, what kind of question is that? I don't know what you're saying, Tina. But really, what do you live for in this world? In this world, there's so many things going on, especially in our day and age. Technology, social media, you see the bing, the likes, the comments, the notifications all the time. But let me ask you something. What do you really live for? Do you live for the likes, the views, the attention, the dopamine rush when someone likes your stuff, when someone approves of you, right? When someone is like, giving you that tiny split second of their attention? Or you are living for you. You're living for the greater good. You're living to be expressed. You're living to shine. You're living to serve your soul purpose. You see, I work a lot with light workers, impact makers, and leaders of the world who want to share their light, who want to expand their reach. They want to, expand their impact. Not because of fake fame, not because of, so that I can look cool, a spiritual ego, but it's because they actually want to do good in the world. And this is something that I anchor people in a lot. And if you're anyone who wants to do good in the world, who want to share messages of love, of light, of healing, of awakening, I wanted to share this message for you. The likes, the bells and the whistles, the chasing of the notification, the chasing of approval, it's not what you're here to do. I'm sorry to break it to you. That's not what you're here to do. Do you allow your message to be the message? Do you allow the message to be the message? Do you allow yourself to be the great divine man, woman, person that you came here to be? Do you allow your medicine to be transmitted through you, from you? Do you allow other people to receive what you're here to offer, the medicine that you're here to give, the gifts and the blessing that you're here to give? Do you allow people to get a taste of that, get a taste of you? Because you see, when you're trying to be fake, when you're trying to be someone you're not for the sake of views, for the sake of likes, for the sake of following, for the sake of fame, what are you even doing? Okay? What are you even doing? Because the thing is that, yes, to create an impact, it's important to build an, I don't want to say the word empire, but it's important to build a following. Right? It's important to build an audience who wants to hear from you. But that's the key, you see. Building an audience who are meant to hear from you. Not just random things, likes things. So that's why a lot of people out there, they become influencers, creators, online personalities, and then they crumble into fear and depression. And you see that. Maybe some of your favorite YouTube creators, maybe some of your content creators, they just kind of flop and disappear off the face of the planet after some time. Why is that? It's because even though they have good intention, but the anchor was never in truth, was never in self-expression, was never into allowing the message to be the potent message. Somehow, somewhere along the way, they fell off. They look at things like, I wish I had that many likes. How come this post didn't do well? I guess I'm not good enough. And I'm sharing this with you from a, content creator perspective, that when you actually shift your mind from not being a content creator, but an influencer even, but a person of impact. You see? A person of impact. I want you guys to write this down. Write it in your notebook. Write on your vision board. You're a person of impact. Okay? You're not here to just shake your butt and point at things and do things out of your character, out of your integrities for the sake of getting someone's half second, someone's sloppy seconds, looking at you, looking at your content. No. You're meant to share really deep work, really deep messages, really deep truth from your soul. Because let me tell you something, if you're a light worker, if you're a visionary, if you're someone who wants to lead people into the light, into the love, into healing, back into themselves, you must walk the path. You must be true to yourself. Yes, social media is great, it's a blessing for us to connect. Without social media, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to connect with you. But I, myself personally, have gone through a lot of breakdowns in my business, in my brand, in my identity that ultimately is beyond that. I don't want you guys to look at me as like some fake persona. I want you to know that whenever you're connecting with me, you connect straight to my soul. And I want you to see my love. I want you to see my light. I want you to see my vulnerability. I want you to see all of me. Because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to guide the light workers, the visionaries, the impact makers into their true work, into their true soul purpose. And I know that if you know in your heart that you want to do good, you want to share the message, you want to help people, I urge you to not be fake. I urge you to not look at things that don't matter. Follow, unfollow, subscribe, unsubscribe, like, no like. They play their part, and this is not that kind of video right now. They play their part. And I teach this in my Rise Mastermind, it's an understanding that, yes, there's a way of growing your following, but I want to do it in a way that supports you in your nervous system. And what I've noticed is that when I shifted my brand from doing tarot card readings, when I started out on YouTube, for those of you who remember me back in the days, and when I got the message that I'm just not meant to hide behind that anymore, I'm meant to give to you the real. Of course, there was fear. It's like, what if my audience doesn't accept me? What if they see me for the real me? What if it's bad, right? So I made a video right here for you, and to dive into, if you feel like a letdown, you feel like you could disappoint or upset someone, it's such a great video. I'll list it down below as well in the description. But I want you to know that your responsibility as a person of impact is to lead. And a lot of people are confused about lead. Okay, I need to lead people. No, you're leading yourself. This is what I call self-leadership. This is what I teach in my year-long mastermind of the Rise. Understanding that you need to lead yourself through the stuff, through breaking free, through anchoring yourself in truth and authenticity. And it's beyond the lights, it's beyond the view, it's beyond the, the fame. It's the impact. So this is why when I work with people, they just get it, they just feel it right away. And the results happen so fast. An awakening and a transformation happen overnight. Why? Because there's no fluff. There's no fakeness. I give it to you. You see my love. You feel my love. You feel my truth. You feel my authenticity. You feel my medicine. Because I don't allow the walls of fakeness to stop me. Not anymore. It used to. I used to be terrified of doing this, but over time I realized that the more potent your message gets to go is when you allow your message to be transmitted in the purest way. So now, ever since I did the transition, I don't know, last year or something like that, and I don't know how many months ago, that of course there were people that left. Of course, there were people that unsubscribe. Of course, there are people that unfollow. But it was interesting because it never bothered me. I thought it would, but it never did. Because as you evolve, you have to allow the right people, the right energies to evolve with you. And you have to allow people that are just not meant to be in your space to leave, because everyone should be where they're meant to be. So when you understand that likes, views, subscribes, whatever, it's not about you unless you make it about you. And this comes from a wounded space, you see? But if you are anchored in your truth, even, I used to get thousands of views. And maybe now it's not as many compared to before, I can tell you that. But the people who watch my videos, who watch my message, who connect with me, who stay and who come into my world, the connection gets built from day one. The bond, the messages, the quality of people who come into my world, the mass amount of people who started wanting to work with me on a closer level, they want me to be their mentor, is off of the roof. Because it's not about being in the glitz and glam, it's like maybe you're doing all these things and you're connecting with thousands of people, but then you're not you. So out of the tens of thousand people, who are actually your real people? because they don't even know the real you. You see? So when you show up authentically as you, like I am now, that the people who watch my stuff, who get massive result from even my free content here on YouTube and Instagram. And by the way, you don't have me on Instagram, add me on Instagram because I post it every day. So much value for you, and I go live as well. Awaken with Tina, Sam spelling, please, because there's like scams and people faking it and stuff like that on Instagram. That's another topic. But knowing that when you are like showing up this way, your magnetism increases. Who you are as a person, people will just turn their heads like, who the heck is this person? And sometimes it will repulse people right away. But the thing is, wouldn't that make you happy? Wouldn't that make you feel aligned? Is that the people are meant to be in your world are going to be in your world, and the people who are not meant to be in your world, they're not in your world. I work a lot with people who are new to the social media game, who might have been having skills, coaches and healers. And now that I really wanted to make my impact, I wanted to grow online. And while I teach them the technical stuff, the strategy, the stuff like that behind the scenes. And by the way, if this is you, you can also DM me and I'll be able to guide you in the right direction. It's important for you to be anchored in your truth beyond all of this. Social media can be a game, all of that. But when you are speaking with truth, people feel it. When you're speaking with power, people feel it. So this is a message to all my beautiful light workers, impact makers, person of impacts, leaders, visionaries of the world. I want us to rise together. I want us to do this in the most beautiful, anchored, loving way that serves us, that makes us happy, that allows us to sleep well at night, allow us to wake up feeling radiant. Whether we have 100 following or 100K following or millions of following, I want your community to be your people that you love. I don't want you to be trying to please and attract in the people who are not meant in your world. If you guys want to learn more about this, if you guys want me to be your coach, your mentor on how I've grown my audience, how I've been successful online pretty much from year one, you can always message me, DM me on Instagram, and I'll invite you to join a couple of things. I'll point you in the right direction. There's some free stuff, there's some paid stuff, there's some mentoring spaces. So there's going to be some things opening up for you, depends on what you're looking for. But the first step is to DM me so I can guide you in the right direction. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you are a person of impact. Let me know what you do. Let me know how you're here to help people. And I would love to hear about your struggles, your challenges, so I can make more videos to help you shine your light. I love you so much. Check out this video to really let go of the feeling that you are let down, you're disappointment, afraid to upset people. And I'll see you next time.